Even the Afghani people aren't terrorists.
No, they're not. They're
The
just
9/11
people.
attacks were carried out
They're
from...
just fucking people on the planet like the rest of us, aren't they?
Well,
I hope.
the 9/11's a fairly serious event because...
Yeah, but that was a few radicals. Well, we got fucking KKK in this country.
It was a fairly
and
serious...
they're fucking nut jobs.
Right. But 9/11 was a fairly serious event because you had several buildings go down that weren't even hit by planes.
Yeah.
You've got just a whole can of that weren't even hit by planes that went down, like Building 7. And then you had all the other weird shit that they covered up. So Afghans had nothing to do with 9/11 as far as I'm concerned.
I don't think so. I think that was a bunch of shit. It was an excuse.
But let's just look at what the government said was the truth, that they came from Afghanistan, the Saudis.
Why would I listen to them?
But see, that's where that stereotyping stuff comes from. But here's what's worse, if you want to know my true situation, because don't think there's a bunch of Afghans behind me supporting me. Those people from that country that came here...
It's not your fault that you're a nigger.
Huh? Right.
You get it?
Right.
That's a joke.
Those people that came here, a lot of them never questioned 9/11 themselves, and they believe the U.S. propaganda. My father... he's not some guy with a turban and a beard. He's a guy with a suit who works for the U.S. government as a translator. As a translator who works alongside military.
Yeah, my parents are governments too.
And what he's doing, I think, is immoral. He was abusive to me growing up, but I live with my mother. I wasn't raised on that side of the family. I was raised on the...
I hear that all Arabs are gay. They like little boys.
Yeah, I haven't heard that one, but I have read quite a bit of propaganda in the American media about sodomy. It doesn't mean it doesn't exist, but you can make something more than it is by printing stories. And so if you can do that,
fucking you dealt with that.
Oh sure.
Well.
And if you can do that, if you can dehumanize a whole group and call them wife beaters and women beaters and faggots, then if you dehumanize them, no one's going to say much when you drone strike them.
You know what? Somebody tried to call me some names, and I started to get a rep in this town, and people was calling me bad things, and I didn't appreciate it at all because they look at you differently.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. What's up, Jack? How you doing, bud?
Ain't heard that in a while.
Whatever the fuck you like. Fucking fly. So what are you guys up to?
Oh, nada. Scrolls, you know.
Want some chips?
No.